Hi guys and girls, Michael Warren here from Essential Guitar Lessons, and let's learn how to play Heard It Through the Grapevine on guitar by Creedence Clearwater Revival. This is a great song for beginners to practice open chords and one bar chord. Again, I'll start by showing you all the chords and how to play them. So if you know these chords, jump ahead to this time. If not, I'll break each one down for you and we'll have a look at the solo at the end. Don't forget, if you like this lesson, to subscribe and hit the notification bell. Songs and lessons uploaded weekly. If you're having any problems with this song, leave a comment and let me know how you go with this one. Now they're tuned to 450 tuning, so each string is sharper than standard 440 tuning, and the top string is tuned to D or D with 450 tuning in it, just on the intro. Now if you do tune your top string to D, when you play the chords, except for the D minor chord, don't play the top string. I'll just stay in standard E tuning when we're doing the chords, and when we do the intro, I'll drop tune down to D there. So we're going to start with a D minor chord. If you've got your E string dropped down to D, you can play that and the open A string. Then we have an open D string. On the G string we have the 2nd fret. On the B string we have the 3rd fret, and on the E string we have the 1st fret. Now if you haven't drop tuned your top string, just play from the D string down, and that's our D minor. We have an A7 chord, so we have the open A string, 2nd fret on the D string, open G string, 2nd fret on the B string, and open E string, and that's our A7. We have a standard G chord there, so 3rd fret on the E string, then on the A string, 2nd fret, open D and G, 3rd fret on the B and the E, and if you're a beginner you can just have the 3rd fret on the E string and have an open B string. Either one's right there. And our last chord, the tricky one, we're going to use a B minor bar chord there. So we're going to have the 2nd fret on the A string, 4th fret on the D and the G, 3rd fret on the B, and 2nd fret on the E, and that's our B minor. And they're the only chords we use in this song. So let's start off with the intro. Let's jump into that and see what they're doing. And the way I'm going to pick this, I'm going to use my pick using my thumb and my 1st finger, and I'll be playing the E string there, and then I'm going to use my 3rd finger to play the D string as well, and we're going to play them together. So we're going to have an open E string and an open D string, and we're going to do that 3 times. Then we're going to place 3rd fret on the D string, play that once with the open E string as well, and then open on the E and the D string again, so slowly. And then we do the open D and E another 3 times. 3rd fret on the D string, still playing the open E string. 2nd fret on the D string, playing the open E string as well, and then finishing on the open D and E. And we do that 4 times, so let me play that slowly for you. So there's an extra O on the D and the E at the end. So now let's do that up to speed, and we do that 4 times for the intro, and each time he plays this it's exactly the same. So let's give that a go. So not too hard. And then from there we're going into our verse. Let's give that a go now. So before we get into the verse, let's have a look at the strumming pattern he's using, and it's going to basically stay the same throughout the whole song. We're going to start off with a down, up, then put a stop, and then an up, down, up, stop. The pattern's going to stay like that pretty much through the whole song, except when we go to our G, because he's not going to the G chords on the one, and I'll talk you through those when we get to it. So it's down, up, stop, up, down, up, stop, up, down, up, stop, up, down, up, stop. So we're starting with the down, up, then putting a stop. Now when you do the stops, use it as a downstroke, so I'm not hitting the strings, but my hand's coming down, so I'm ready to do the upstroke. If I just put it on there, it feels a little unnatural to go to the upstroke. So down, up, stop, up, down, up, stop, and up to speed there. So we're going to start on the D minor chord, and we're going to do that for 2 bars. So down, up, stop, up, down, up, stop, up, down, up, stop, up, down, up, stop. Then we go to A7. Now this is where it changes, because we're going to jump in on the G chord. We're going to do a up, down, up, stop, up, down, up. Then we go to the G, which is also a bit longer than a bar. We're going to do a down, and up, stop, up, down, up, stop. So let me play that first line through slowly for you, because it's a little confusing on that change. And we do that 2 times. Let's do it up to speed now so you can hear how that G change sounds there. And that's the first part, D minor 2 bars, A7 a bar, G for a bar, and we do that 2 times. Then we go to our B minor, and again we're going to jump into the D here again, so we'll do a down, up, mute, up, down, up, mute. Then we're jumping to the G, and that'll be for a bar, so we're going to do up, mute, up, down, up, mute. And then back to our D minor, and the pattern stays the same now. Down, up, mute, up, down, up, mute, to G for a bar. Up, down, up, mute, up, down, up, mute. So let me do that second line now for you. B minor for a bar, G for a bar, D minor for a bar, and G for a bar. And then we'll do the whole verse through. And that's our verse. So it's a little confusing when he's jumping to the G. Let me play the whole thing through for you so you can hear how it's going to sound. So that's our verse there. If you're new to strumming patterns and chords, that can be a little bit tricky, but just go slowly and build your speed up. So then from there we're going into the chorus, and it's just D minor for 2 bars, G for 2 bars, and we do that 2 times. So our strumming pattern is going to be similar again, except we're not jumping on the G this time. It's going to fall on the 1. So up, down, up, stop, up, down, up, stop, up, down, up, stop, up, down, up, stop. To the G, up, down, up, stop, up, down, up, stop, up, down, up, stop, up, down, up, stop. And back to the D minor again, 2 bars, G for 2 bars. So let me do that for you up to speed. That part's probably the easiest bit of the song there. And that's our chorus. That's not too hard. Then from there we're just going straight back to our intro again. So we do that exactly the same as our first intro. Back to the verse again, chorus, intro, verse, chorus, intro. So it just keeps repeating all those parts over and over again. And then for the solo, the rhythm behind it's just the verse again, and then the chorus. And then to finish the song, we're just going back to the intro, and we keep playing that till it fades out. So there's only 3 different parts to the song, the intro, the verse, and the chorus. Probably the hardest part is the verse, getting the strumming pattern right and when to change to that G each time, because it's different for both Gs there. So now let's jump into the solo. Let me play that for you first and then we'll break it down. So we're going to start on the 12th fret on the D string, play that once, and then we're going to do 3 bends on the 12th fret on the G string. And then we're going to do this little run down, 10 on the G, D string 12, G string 10, D string 12, 10, still on the D string 12, 10, to the A string 12, play the 10 on the A string and do a bend, little bend there, bend and release, and then back to 10 on the E string. So slowly. Then from there we're going to come back to the 5th fret on the D string, hammer onto the 7th, play on the G string 5, 7, then do a bend on 7. Then we're going to do a release on the 7 bend and pull off the 5. Then play 6 on the B, 7 on the G there. So that first little part there for you. Then from there we're going to start on the G string, we're going to go 5, hammer onto 7, and we do that 2 times. Then jump to the 8th fret on the E string, do a bend. Then back to the B string 6, G string 7, B string 6, and then on the G string 7, slide back to 5, D string 7, 5, A string 8, 5. So that little part slowly. And then from there we're going to play the D string 5 and the G string on the 5th fret and hammer onto the 7th fret just on the D string. Then on the G string 5, 7. Then we're going to do a bend and release on 7 and pull off the 5 on the G string. Play 6 on the B string and 7 on the G string there. Then from there we're doing the 5, hammer onto 7 again on the G string 2 times. Play 7 on the E string. On the B string 6, 5, and then on the G string 7 and slide down. And then we're going to slide up on to the 9th fret on the D string. Play the 8th fret on the B, 10th fret on the D, 8 on the B, 11 on the D string, 8 on the B. So we do that slowly. So then from there we're playing the 7th fret on the G. We're going to play the 5th fret on the G string and the 6th fret on the B string there, and we do that 2 times together. Then back to the 7th fret on the G. Then we go to the 8th fret on the B, do a bend, 6 on the B, 7 on the G, 8 on the B, back to 6 on the B, 7 on the G, 6 on the B, 8 on the B there. And then from there we're going back to the 7th fret on the G string. And then we're playing our 5 and 6, 5 on the G string, 6 on the B string 3 times here. Back to 7 on the G string, and then do the 5 and 6 again. And then back to 7 on the G string. And then from there we're coming up Again, we're going to bend on the 12th fret on the G string and hold the 13th fret on the B string, so we're not bending the 13th fret. We're going to do 2 bends playing both notes there. Then the third time we're going to play it again when the bend is up and release it, so let it come down. Then on the G string 12, 10, and then do that again, bend on 12 on the G, holding 13 on the B, play 10 on the G, and then 2 times on the 12th fret. Now there's a little stop here, so we're playing the 12th fret on the G and the B, and we do that 2 times, and then 12th fret on the D, 10th fret on the G and the B 2 times, sorry, 3 times there, then back to the 12th fret on the D, 10th fret on the G and the B again, back to 12th fret on the D. Now this time we're going to do the bend on the 12th fret again on the G string, holding the 13th fret on the B string. We're going to do a bend and release, bend and release. There, then we're going to bend it again, then play 10 on the G and the B, back to 12 on the D, 12 on the G and the B, and then 10 on the G and the B to finish it off. So let me do that last little bit slowly, because that can be a little bit confusing there. So lots of playing 2 strings in that. So now let's play the whole solo one more time up to speed so you can hear how that's going to sound. That's the whole solo there. There's a few tricky parts in there. Just take your time and build your speed up. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this lesson. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell, and I'll see you soon.